Before I let Patrick take it away, in the doobly-doo down below, please
is
check out our...
Montauk's gonna wrestle a moose if
You can't
no
hear
one's
Steph,
helping
can
him
you?
away.
Can
Oh
anybody
yeah,
hear
no,
me?
there we go. Now we can.
Papa,
Now
can
we
you
can.
hear me? Okay. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? We are Dances with Kobolds, and before I let Patrick take it away, in the doobly-doo down below, please check out our Extra Life page as well as the Heroes Wanted collective of shows and the Discord. But without further ado, take it away, Patrick.
Thank you, Stephanie. Welcome everyone tonight to Call from the Deep. I am Patrick. I will be the game master, running the situations and seeing what I can put these people through. Joining me tonight are...
Old Silver. What am I again? I'm a sea elf. A sea elf fighter.
Hi, I'm Ian. I'll be playing Papa the Aarakocra Bard and not suffering from late onset elf Alzheimer's.
Hi everyone, I'm Tara. I should be playing Ishka, the Water Genasi Druid of the Coast.
Hello, Nabil here. I'll be playing as Scrap Heap, a paladin taking on the Oath of Vengeance.
Hi everyone. My name's Chris. I'll be playing Montauk, Lord of the Summit, Battlemaster Fighter, Goliath, and Desk Connoisseur.
I'm Stephanie, and I'm playing Rue Belle Devereaux, Cleric of Umberly and the second Princess of Moraes.
And last session, the party finished exploring the underwater wreck of the Golden Crown, where on the ship in his quarters, you found the Sahuagin Baron, catatonic, staring at a carving created out of a mast post in his room. And it was an image which overwhelmed some of the party, being of some mix of what looked like octopus and other worldly creatures. And up close, it appeared that it had been chewed or scratched by the Baron's nails. Nithdoris, Rubel, and Montauk were spared being overwhelmed by it and eventually managed to break it down with a variety of acid spells and blindfolded strikes from Montauk's weapon. In the upper chamber, you awoke an undead wizard who chastised you for taking his things, but left as a greater item. His staff was not something you had stolen, and he left for the rocks, as he called it, to go locate it. You then collected some items from this ship that were left behind, and Montauk took an entire desk ashore with him. You also rescued the 4 captives and returned their items to them. And alongside that, you found a map of the Sword Coast. And so with this map, you saw that on it were a collection of the major cities of the Sword Coast, and the cities of Neverwinter, Waterdeep, and Baldur's Gate were blotted out with black ink, and Old Silver and Scrap Heap, as well as Ishka, with their sailing sort of history and background, recognize that a map such as this signifies that a pirate attack is to be carried out on those locations. So that is in all your journals. You guys, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Can we read the writing underneath the names?
You cannot. It appears to be in some type of code.
I don't suppose anyone has comprehend language over here.
Wait!
Code, it doesn't matter.
I mean, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
It doesn't break a code. It just comes up as nothing because it's not a separate language. But
Ah,
Old
right.
Silver with your, not quite pirating background, you would definitely recognize this as a type of code that pirates would use.
Not quite pirating. I was as far from pirating as you can get, while still being, on the ocean.
With that discoveries, you guys made it back to shore and rested and leveled up, and then started the trek back to Fiskerbach with your rescued folk. At the turn off to the Berenzano mine, there was a fracas as Pavo wanted to go explore this abandoned mine that the Jarl in Fiskerbach had warned you off ever visiting, as he said it was an ancient, evil, haunted place from even decades and a century ago.
That was a ruckus. Not a
Cursed
fracas.
that cursed the miners and the ship owners who actually transported the adamantine and other items taken out of the mine and drove them all to a variety of madnesses. One of the other items that you have brought back from this ship is this silver shield that has whispered and spoken to all of you, and also sent a sort of stunning blast out at one point, just sort of warning you of its power. And Pavo, after having carried this out, seemingly had this dream leading you to the entry of this mine, but the rest of the party refused to allow him to go. And Old Silver has taken the silver shield from Pavo, and then after about an hour or so of travel, started passing it amongst the group, so nobody has to hold it for too long. Making your way back across this, rocky landscape, you made your way back up through the mountain paths, and you have now started to cross one of the many stone bridges, in front of a huge rushing waterfall, and you found yourself facing a tall white beast with a massive rack of antlers at the far end of the bridge, which was fairly calmly stripping the bark and leaves off of some of the small bushes and plants at the edge of this bridge. And seeing Ishka approach to it, looked up and in druidic language just calmly asked her, "What brings you and your friends here?"
Ishka is going to be a little bit surprised, that the thing is speaking Druidic. Greetings, brother. My friends and I are simply passing through on our way back to the town of Iskerbach.
You have to be careful coming in these parts. My druid master, unfortunately, was taken out by some of the beasts in the area years ago.
What kind of beasts dwell here that would take out such fearsome foe as a fellow druid?
Hungry ones that fly. Do you have food on your person?
Oh.
I'm bored of bushes and plants.
Well, I have a few things. She'll pull out some dried rations, and may I approach?
You may.
Yeah, I'm not going to go
And
right
you
up
see
to
him
him.
sort of sniff.
Yeah.
You see him sniffing the air, and he's just like, "You don't have any berries or any good treats?"
Let's see. I don't have good berry, unfortunately.
I'll whisper over to Old Silver. Camels aren't normally this picky.
Yeah.
It's not a
Well,
You
camel,
don't speak
it's a
Druidic.
moose.
None of you understand any of this.
Exactly. I will step forward a little bit, put some rations on the ground, back away, and unfortunately, this is all I have on my person. And then she'll turn to the rest of the group, and she'll call out in common. dumb question. Does anybody have any like dried berries or something for him?
I have these Werther's originals.
And Tharlia, who also speaks Druidic, being a druid, will sort of quickly translate to everybody else and say what is mentioned. And she digs through one of her bags, and she, has some holly berries and things like that. She's like, well, I usually use these for spells, but you can offer him these.
She'll go grab some, bring them back, and put them down beside the rations. This is all we really have, unfortunately, but you're welcome to it.
And he nibbles at them and eats them and says, well, this is good for me, but what of my friends?
Well, we can do what we can to help them. Where are they? And what is your name, brother? Did your master give you one?
My master called me Mutu.
Mutu. Well, and just dawning on her now. Both in and out of game. Pleasure to meet you, and she'll introduce herself and all of the people behind her. But where are your? And she'll start kind of looking around. She's like, oh shit, what have we gotten into? Where are
Give me
your
a perception check.
Yeah, because when he says that, like, he may be a druid companion, but her hackles are starting to go up now.
You see, as you look around at the top of the cliff by the waterfall.
Brendan called it.
No, they're not coming out of the water. They're on the rocks. A pair of sort of lion-looking faces, but with wings sort of outstretched across their backs that are now staring down upon you, Ishka. And your friend will look at you and just say, if you don't have any more food, one of your companions can be left if you wish.
Are these the things that killed your master?
Oh, yes.
Why have you befriended them?
They didn't take me, which my master attempted to pass off to them as food.
Oh, Ishka is just like, and she does not hide it, but she is super pissed when Mushu tells her that. She'll just be like, that was not wrong. That was not right of him. Druids
It was his final mistake.
I don't like this moose.
Do you say that in Druid?
No, this is Tara saying this. I don't like this
look
moose.
uncomfortable. Do I need to punch someone in the face?
Tharlia behind you is quietly translating, and we'll just tell you, the moose just asked for one of us to be left behind as food for his friends.
Oh,
Nope.
I guess
That's
we're
it.
just gonna have to kill him and all his friends. Guess
Montauk
dinner's
draws the
ready to go.
Ishka wants to try and resolve this peacefully, so she'll give it a shot, and she'll be like, we are not your master. We wish to pass through peacefully. We will not give up one of our number to pass. We will fight to defend ourselves, and if you wish, if I understand they are your friends now, your master tried to feed them to you. If you feel that you are their friends now out of some, they're protecting you somehow, if you wish to, if you allow us to pass peacefully, you can come with us and we can get you away from them if that's what you want.
Ooh, roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, -1. Advantage? No?
No,
Yeah, no.
but not disadvantage either.
Damn it.
It nods and looks at you and just says, they have worked with me for years and I have kept them fed. Your words are pretty, but so were my master's before he tried to make me a bartered good. Tell you what, give us all the food you carry and I might be able to convince them to let you go.
Ishka will put that to the group.
Okay.
No.
We're being mugged by a moose. The answer is no.
I agree. No. Kill them. Kill them all. Show them the might of Umberlee.
We're almost in town. Just leave the food.
Oh, it's just more sacrifices to Umberlee.
If we leave them here, they're going to kill more people.
Exactly. We are doing the world a favor, and that's why Umberly is so great. Kill the enemies so they
Ishka?
don't kill other innocent people.
Those
Ishka
are
is more
griffins, right?
no,
No, those are-
manticores.
yeah.
Oh, manticores, I think.
Yeah, so Ishka is totally willing to fight, but this is not her decision because there's more lives in it than just hers. So that's why she's putting it to the group. And she
Kill him and sacrifice him to Umberly? Anyone? Anyone else?
You hear snarls coming from above the cliff and just say, "We are no sacrifices.
Come here
Give
and
us your
try.
weakest, and we will let you pass."
Ishka will turn back and she'll be like, "We will pass. We will defend ourselves, and we will not sacrifice any of our number. Come at us if you will." And she'll be looking
Oh,
straight
this
at
is
the
gonna be so
manticores.
good!
The manticores nod and just say, "We agree to your terms." And I need everyone to roll initiative then, please. Oh,
I
hang on,
really
stop.
hope
I've got to clear the tracker.
I really hope the moose doesn't attack. I don't want to have to kill the moose.
Dude, he wants to eat you.
He
The
wants to
moose doesn't
feed
want
us.
to eat us. He wants to feed us to the manticores. There
An
is a subtle
enabler
difference
is
there.
just as bad as the one who does the deed. Thus saith Umberly.
Why did I roll a
No,
one?
I'm with you.
Because you don't want to
Hey,
fight.
Ishka, you got pie.
The tracker
Oh,
got,
silver. I'm not used to seeing that.
No, I normally roll real well.
so I just rolled 3 initiatives because the second one that I rolled got cleared out, and it was a really good one.
Uh,
I can go with my kind of okay first
Damn,
one.
Well, we go with your first
my
one, which is the
initiative didn't
14.
Yeah, my initiative didn't get recorded, and for some reason, even though I did not get a critical fail, I rolled lower than Ishka.
Does this guy have alert?
I don't think I took alert. No. No, I didn't. I've been focusing on upping my wisdom.
Roll it again, Nabil, and then just edit
No,
it.
I'll just add you a turn. Well,
Oh,
now I've
wait.
done it twice.
I go twice.
Damn it.
He's a Paragon monster. Of
And the moose is in the initiative order. God damn it.
course it is.
We've installed overclocks into Scrap Heap.
If we cast haste on him,
No, hey, there you go.
First up is Pavo.
Okay, so, question. If I do my Mantle of Inspiration in a really cool way, kind of like the sun behind me silhouetted in a Power Rangers style transformation, could I do it with an intimidation check and try and scare them off like we are powerful, we are strong?
You can
We
certainly
are
try.
woman, hear us roar. All right, let's try that then.
orphan time.
So I'm gonna come up to, I guess, about
So
here.
Pavo,
in the middle.
are
Yep.
you going to take flight, or are you just
Yes, I'm
walking?
gonna fly up in the middle of the bridge and kind of in between everybody and them, and let's make this as intimidating as possible. As now, we'll do the full Sailor Moon transformation.
Are you sure you're not a glamour bard?
I am a glamour bard.
Oh, well, then there you go. Sorry, I thought you were a lore bard for some reason.
They are the best.
And 5 temporary hit points to Montauk, Nithdoris,
Hey.
and Ishka's closest to the moose, so just in case shit goes pear-shaped, Ishka. And here we go with the intimidation check. Oh yeah, that was 5 temporary hit points for each of you.
Yeah, you fly up. There's, sort of a spray of water. The sun is behind you. You puff out. You do not get the sense that these creatures are intimidated by you. As impressive as it is.
All right. I'll use the rest of my flight and hide behind the bridge.
All right. As you do so, this moose claws at the ground and charges Ishka.
Throws her off the bridge.
That is a 19 to hit with its antlers as it strikes into you. for a grand total of 9 bludgeoning and 10 piercing damage. And I need you to give me a strength saving throw, please, Ishka. You are knocked prone. You are not sent flying off the bridge, but you are knocked prone, and then it is going to rear up and try and stomp you with its hooves. That is a 24 to hit for 11 bludgeoning.
Oh, I forgot when I did that Mantle of Inspiration, everybody could use their reaction to move. I forgot to mention that. Sorry.
All right, so Ishka, you would have had a chance to have moved.
Oh,
Not off the bridge.
So yeah,
Sorry,
Nithorus and Montauk as well could have used their reaction. to move.
yep. I'm just waiting for
Yeah.
Ishka to just kind of decide where she's going.
It's probably still
Well,
gonna
I'm
hit
just basically just kind of like duck out of the way, or like under or its hooves, or like trying to like dive between its legs. Sorry, I'm trying to finish my dinner here, but like yeah, I just try and move out of the way, like one side or the other, or like go between its legs. Like where do I have the best shot of avoiding this?
All right, yeah, if you're still in his range, so he's still able to charge you, so you still are struck. So yes, you are
Okay.
prone, and his hooves come down, and then he just reaches down and nibbles a little bit of your hair as well.
Really?
And that
Is
takes
he
us to
trying to-
Montauk.
Is he trying to do the whole like, hey, we're friends now, even though I knocked you down? Like it's cool.
No, he was actually, seeing if any of the sort of seaweed or stuff in your hair was tasty.
Lord, all right.
Yeah. So here's how this is going to work. First attack. Let me just make sure my maneuver is here. Yes. First attack. I'm going to draw this this very shiny silver greatsword that we got off that Githyanki back at the Nautilus, and this is the first time I'm ever actually swinging this, and I'm going to attempt to decapitate the moose.
All right, a 14 does hit for 11 slashing damage. So you strike down. There's, a bit of a crack that appears sort of across the back of its antlers, and then down its neck there's a stream of blood. But he is injured, but he just looks annoyed at you.
Okay, cool. I do an additional an additional 8 damage, and I need a strength saving throw from him.
All right, and you'll have your second attack for the first time.
Yes.
That is a 19 on his save.
Okay, so he doesn't get tripped.
His legs
That's
are
okay.
spindly.
They're spindly, and he's nimbly too.
Yep, and you swing a second time, and the sword's just a little awkward in your grip, and it sparks sort of along the stone bridge, but does not make any contact.
Excellent. And Montauk will sort of plant his feet here and wait for the headbutt.
All right. First up, Pavo, as you move under the bridge, you see waiting underneath there is another one of these manticores that actually flies out, firing its tail spikes at you as it comes towards you.
This isn't where I left my horse.
That is a 19 to hit for 11 piercing damage. And then it is going to try and grapple you in midair. So you can give me an athletics or an acrobatics check to avoid its grapple.
All right, stay with me, Goose. Yes.
Yeah, you nimbly zip and fly out of the way as it attempts to do that. And it is going to attempt to bite you as you do so. But that is an 8, which misses. And it sort of grumbles and roars. These two are going to fly off the cliff, sending some tail spikes towards you, Montauk.
Always with the manticores, the spikes just come straight to me.
That is a 22, a 16, and a 14 to hit.
First 2 hit.
That is 17 piercing damage.
So I drop that by 6. So
Yes.
11, and then I lose 5 temporary hit points, so that's 6.
6 in total. And this guy is going to come down and look at you, Rubel, and said, "You were the big mouth," and is going to fire some tail spikes at you. But a 13, a 14, and a 13 do nothing but bounce harmlessly off of your armor and shield, Rubel.
Umberly has shielded me, and I will flip him off.
That's uncalled for. Takes us to Old Silver.
You're trying to eat us. Nothing is uncalled for.
Just one of you. Just leave the goblin. And you
No,
see the
we're not
goblin look
racist.
around like, what? No.
I've taken a liking to him, actually. And the one that attacked...
We're gonna eat that goblin.
the one that attacked Pavo.
All right.
Yeah,
you can see him because you're back on the edge of the cliff.
Yeah. I'm gonna... Or should we focus fire? No, I'm gonna go after that attacked Pavo. That's my bard! Then... Alright, so first bonus action. Fighting Spirit. 5 temporary hit points, gain advantage on all my attacks this turn. And then make 2 attacks against him. 23 and a 25.
Ooh, both of those hit.
Action Surge.
All right. What's your damage?
Oh, a total of 20.
Nice. And yeah, you call up the reserves of your strength. Go for it.
24 and a 20.
And of course, those hit.
For another 23.
Nice.
I only get to do that once.
How do you like it, you prickly bastard?
Even so, 43 damage is a spectacular turn. Any movement?
Yes, I'm going to back further up.
All right. Silver heads off the road. That takes us to Rubel.
All right, so let's see. They're up in the air, aren't they? Ugh, annoying.
You've got Flame Strike, right?
I have, ooh. Give me 1 second. I don't have, it's not Flame Strike, it's... How high are they up in the air?
One right now is about 30 feet above you.
I am, you know what? I'm going to call lightning.
Ooh.
So I'm going to focus, and here we go.
All right.
The one who is
comes-
is it both creatures or just one?
Just one. And then all these people down on the ground underneath him where the lightning hits.
Wait, what?
It is
Yeah,
kind of a
call
weird
light-
map.
Call...
It doesn't make it quite clear that
Yeah,
they're
call
underneath
it-
him. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, well, he's in front of the rock, so... I mean, calling lightning will strike the ground.
Oh, what about the one in front of
there.
Pavo? Will that... It'll just strike the water, right?
That is correct.
I will go after that one. I need to
Ooh, all right.
convert all these people to Umberly. I'm not going to kill
Oh, that's a
them.
natural 1. It takes all of that lightning damage. Pavo, your feathers, stand on end as this crackling blast of lightning comes past you. And the manticore beside you is shocked and, scarred up at this point and looks very, very shaky on its wings. It actually sort of dips a little bit and is having a hard time maintaining its flight.
Feel Umberly's wrath! And that ends my turn.
That takes us to Ishka.
All right, Ishka is going to just kind of like hunch over, and you see she starts growing bigger and wider, and dark brown fur starts sprouting from her skin, and all of it, and then she just rears up, and you hear huge. I hope you heard that as she turns into a brown bear and just roars in the face of this moose.
We heard that. Nice.
Now, just for future reference, because I know his turn is coming up, that movement reaction thing, I can only do that once, or is that on every turn?
That's just that once.
Okay, just checking. So I'm just going to move my Ishka token off to the side at the bottom here. Boom. But yeah, brown bear. Brown bear don't care. And that's all I can do because that was my action. But I
All
need the
right.
hit points.
Takes us to Scrap Heap.
All right. How far below is the Manticore, which is right, the one next to Pavo?
They're just off the bridge. Yeah, so the Manticore is about 10 feet below the bridge, about 15 feet away from the edge there.
And Pavo is hanging off from the side of the bridge.
I'm flying.
No, he's
there.
flying.
Okay, you're fine. Okay, this makes it easier for me. So I'm just going to move.
I'm dodging lightning blasts and quill bursts.
Okay, here, and I will be casting Bless to Montauk, Ishka, and Pavel. All three of you are blessed.
Oh, thank you.
And that's it for me.
All right, takes us to the top of the round to Pavo.
All right, so bless gives me
Plus
D4 to
D4 to
attack.
attacks and saves.
awesome. Okay, so I am still adjacent to it, but it's looking really hurt, right?
Yes. Yeah, it has 4 arrows sticking out of it, and then it got blasted by a lightning bolt.
Well, let's try. I'm gonna try and recreate that dissonant music we heard from Blinky.
Who?
The shield.
Oh, don't give it something cute name. It's an abomination.
So dissonant whispers.
All right. That is a 15.
Oh, pick a creature. Stop being like 2 different. Oh, never mind. Otherwise, that's my action. Do I want to say fuck it and take a run for it? I think I do. It's initiative's 13, right?
Yes.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna run for it.
All
Attack of
right.
opportunity.
Yeah, it will attempt to
It's
bite you.
15 feet. I'm gonna head back up into the crowd.
That is a 21 to hit for 4 piercing damage.
Oh, and I completely
Delicious.
forgot what I wanted to do. I had actually a plan I forgot about. Oh well, done.
Would you say
All-
finger licking?
Absolutely. And seeing this, huge human with a sword come chasing after him, and then Ishka turn into a massive bear in front of it, Mutu is going to look around and leap off of the bridge, splashing down into the water. Montauk and Ishka the brown bear will both get attacks of opportunity. Montauk
Why?
can't figure out this sword.
Which way forward?
And with that takes us to Montauk.
Okay. So here's the thing. How far above the water are we on this bridge?
About 50 feet or so.
50 feet. What is that in terms of falling damage?
A fair bit. The bear, clawed across the back of this moose as well as it went over. So
Yeah.
that's 5d6 falling damage.
5d6. That is at most 30.
You can make it.
I can make it. Do I feel like I would be able to jump onto this moose's back?
You could certainly try.
Would I feel like that would be an athletics check?
No, that would be acrobatics.
Then that is not what Montauk is going to do. Because Montauk
Yeah,
has
aiming for something like that would be a lot more acrobatic than just, doing something strength based.
Yep, because Montauk is a big fat goose egg in that. All right. Montauk is going to step forward, be a bit annoyed at the moose, and then realize, oh yeah, these things shoot spines. So javelins to this guy first.
You skewer him and he plummets, splashing down into the water.
Excellent. Montauk then pulls the quills out of his back and returns a quill towards the other one, the guy that shot him.
Ooh, that is a 21 to hit for 10 piercing damage. So that one is now damaged. Any more movement?
Yeah, Montauk will step forward towards this railing on the bridge. And then that's it.
All right. With that, this guy is going to swing down and attempt to shove you, Scrap Heap. Give me a strength check, please, to contest this as he tries to knock you off the bridge and onto those beautiful rocks.
Wow.
That's not great.
That is not great. Scrap Heap, you are tossed over the bridge, bounce off the rocks, and fall the entirety of that distance.
Oh no. I mean, he's made of metal. Everything's fine, right?
There is a clanging and banging, but you take a grand total of 23 bludgeoning damage as you crash down into this water. But you don't float down the river, you just sink right to the bottom.
Oh, wow, that helps.
Good thing you don't need to breathe.
Yeah, insult to injury right there.
Yeah, and then this guy with the rest of his movement will fly over to there. And that'll be it for that guy. This guy is going to fly up to the top here. Oops. As their range is 100 feet with their tail spikes, and he will send 3 more towards you, Montauk.
As I expected.
That is a 19, a natural 1, and a 17. So after your reductions, you take 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
That heavy armor master is coming in handy.
Sure is. Can't believe I did it.
And then he is going to use the rest of his movement to fly up over on top of the waterfall, generally out of everyone's sight. Takes us to Old Silver. So this guy is still sitting here as a ripe, juicy target for you.
He is. But Scrap Heap. Am I still on a square? Hang on. I have to zoom in.
Yes, you are.
Okay. I'm gonna take a shot or 2 at the moose.
All right.
Do I get any kind of bonus for being so far above? Gravity's gonna accelerate my arrow.
Yeah, but
Your
there's
arrow's already going
spray and
fast.
mist at the bottom of the water, so I won't give you disadvantage for that.
All right, I will give him 2 attack rolls. So 14 and a 24.
Both of those hit for 21 piercing damage. You know, your arrows strike true. You see a little bit of blood pooling around him in the water from your scratches and the scrapes of the bear claws, but he continues swimming away down the water.
Tough
That'll be it
move.
for me.
All right. Takes us to Rubel.
I'm going to call that lightning down on the one further up in the air away from that won't hit people.
Yeah, you can't see him.
But I can't
You'll be able to
see
hit this guy
him.
without striking anybody else. No, he flew back up and over the waterfall, so technically he's
We're
off the
fighting
map
in
now.
3 direct dimensions.
Yes.
It's really hard.
Yes. I know, I'm sorry. I
do
just
think
like this
works-
map.
I think this works well, like the isometric thing for 3 dimensions.
All right, so this one right here, how do I...
So dex save. Ooh,
Yep.
that's a 5. He's taken all of it.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, that's one of their good stats too.
Evidently, Umberly is on our side. Forever and
he-
always.
He rolled a 2 and a 1. Ooh, 20 damage. Yeah. So once again, you praise Umberly reaching, her water, and looking at the clouds that, her seawater forms, calling down this dark black, storm cloud and bringing lightning down right through this guy. He is not happy with that. That is some good damage. Any movement, any bonus action?
No.
All right. Ishka Bear.
Going moose hunting after this, guys. But bonus action, she's going to pop back into Ishka because we need ranged right now. There's no one in melee. And she is going to move back to the other side of the bridge, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30-ish. But she will also call lightning.
Who is lightning
What?
and why are all of the women calling him?
And it'll be on this guy right here. And is a 3rd level, right? I can't upcast it? No.
Well, he did better. That's a 7.
God damn.
Ooh, 24.
And
Yeah.
you
The
can
other
see
one-
that Ishka's face is like as thunderous and furious as the storm clouds above you all.
Yeah. You see these, this storm cloud that Rubel has been dealing with, and then just, expanding out around it comes one from Ishka, and a second lightning bolt blasts down, striking this same manticore. And you can see there's a pair of black scorch marks on his sort of back now, as he has been struck twice by this.
That my bonus action, that was my movement, that was my action. That's it for Ishka.
All right, Scrap Heap, you are under the water at the base of this waterfall. What would you like to do?
I just remembered the last turn that I was supposed to roll a concentration save. Can I do that now? Or
Yes.
okay. Ah, crap. Am I just getting crap? So everyone loses bliss.
Yeah, Bless drops.
Yeah, I did. Okay, how far is the moose gone off the map, or is he nearby?
Moose isn't quite off the map. He's about 40 feet away from you, though.
40 feet. I wonder. Okay, I'm gonna try and swim because I've gone underwater, so I'm assuming there is a hell of a distance between him and me at this point. But I'm gonna try and get as close as I can.
All right, yeah, you'd have to, it's, going diagonally, I'd say you could probably get within 15 feet of him.
Okay. So hold on. Okay, this is what I'm going to try. Command. I'm going to command the moose. And I'm going to tell. First, I'm going to cast it. Sorry, I was just seeing if it needs to know the same language as I do. Okay. Commanding.
Does command have to be a humanoid? No, a creature. Ooh, nice.
Creature. And my command is get back here.
Nope, one word.
Oh. Return.
That is a natural 20 for a 21 on his save.
I'm done for tonight.
He looks
Yeah,
at you and curses at you in Druidic. You know, even from where you are, you hear both Ishka and Thalia go, oh! Top of the round, that is Pavo.
Filthy moose.
All right.
Ishka
This
just
is
starts
one
cursing right
left,
back.
right?
No, there's two.
Where's the
There's
other
only
one?
one you can see. You'd have to fly up to the top of the waterfall to see the other one.
Oh, okay. Well,
So this guy has been hit by lightning twice and is looking very charred.
okay. Well, let's try a vicious mockery. And I will say, judging by how you're made up, I don't know who I feel sorry for, your mom or your dad.
That is a 17 for his
Oh, you
save.
son of a bitch.
Look, it's saving on the cantrips and missing on the 3rd level spells. We should be thankful.
Yeah. Any
And
movement
I
for
will-
Pavo?
Nope, I'll stay here.
All right. The moose is going to use its turn to swim and dash, which is going to take it off the map. Montauk.
Montauk's going to look over the railing towards the south, see the moose getting out of his javelin range, be annoyed. And then he's going to turn back towards this manticore. Now, this manticore has been hit twice by lightning, which is fine for him. Because what he's going to do is he's going to throw a javelin up towards it. And if that doesn't kill it, that
It
12
does
damage,
not.
he now has to make me a strength saving throw.
Ooh, bringing him to the ground.
Oh.
That is a 5.
Right. So he goes prone, which I assume means he drops to the ground
Oh.
and hits his head really hard on the bridge.
Yes, he cannot hover, so he comes crashing to the ground. So roll me 65, or sorry, 5d6, please.
Where you got a D5 from?
Don't worry about it.
I don't know.
Where did he get a
We can do it
65
electronically.
from?
It's fine.
Yeah, but
Don't you guys play with d5s anymore? Man, 5th edition sucks.
All right. I did 11 falling damage to him.
Yes, he smashes into the ground. He is dazed, and you can see there's like blood pouring out of one of his ears and sort of his eye. He is still up with a single hit point.
Oh, excellent. I am going to action surge now.
you only use
You
one
have
attack.
2 attacks. Yeah, you still have your second attack.
Oh, do I? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's prone, so you're going to have advantage.
Oh, excellent. And ignore the superiority on that. 11 points of manticore killing damage.
Yeah, you coup de grace him with this silver greatsword. This time you get the head and just whew, and it rolls off, and you know, with the hill tumbles down to about there.
Montauk
This-
is looking very pleased about himself about that one.
Yeah, this manticore roars and continues flying off.
Oh, bad.
With that, you guys are out of initiative. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to
Scrap Heap,
down.
you are still down at the bottom of these cliffs.
How far away is that moose?
How far away is the manticore? Is he within yelling danger?
The manticore's up. He might be, but I mean, he's up and over top of the waterfall, so you can't actually see how far away he's gone.
Why are you running away? There's a body for you to eat right here.
Ooh, take inspiration for that. The moose has gone another 80 feet sort of down the river and around sort of the bank, so out of view.
Oh, he's out of view.
Kill the moose! Kill the
Yes.
moose! Oh.
Yeah,
So I'm going to Misty Step.
I was going to suggest, is
Ooh.
he still within 120 feet of call lightning range?
Well, I have
Please
to
say
see him.
Moosty Step, though. Please say Moosty Step.
I will Misty Step the 30 feet.
Yay!
Get down, do my full move so that I can basically move 60 feet towards him. Can I see him now?
Yes, you see him bobbing along the top of this river and starting to pull himself out of the riverbank, just down sort of around the corner of the path.
I'm a vindictive druid. Call lightning on him.
Okay. That is a 10.
Ha! Does he live? Is he still alive?
Umberly guy.
You see him start to clamber and gambol out of the water, shake himself off, looking, a little bit happy. You see his head sort of turn and alight on a berry bush, and he leans forward happily, sort of opening his mouth to eat that, when your lightning bolt comes crashing down across his back. You can describe your killing shot if you'd like.
Loose pieces everywhere.
Yay!
It is literally raining moose down around Ishka right now.
Yeah, so this moose just basically explodes as this lightning blast strikes across its back, and the antler rack actually just sort of spins and clunks down about 5 feet away from your feet, Ishka.
I pick it up and I take it back with me. This is my trophy now.
Oh yeah, you guys see Ishka come clambering back across the rocks with this massive antler rack just resting across her shoulder.
There's a song in there.
I took no pleasure in that, but he was beyond
Liar.
saving.
Why are you smiling then?
Montauk's
It
wisdom
was a
of the
good
day.
shot.
Moose are jerks.
No,
Thank you.
No, take pride in your kill and offer it up to Umberly. That's what I do.
We're not even at the ocean. How do you offer things to Umberly when you can't throw them into the sea?
River's right here.
I have a little. And she'll whip out a flask. I always keep a little bit of ocean water in my pocket. I just sprinkle a little bit on the corpse, and ta-da!
Oh, inspiration for that.
Thank you.
Oh my god, she's goddamn Katara.
Who? Katara, yeah.
Katara,
basically
yeah.
Katara, yeah.
I would like to give Montauk the help action.
All right, and so you guys see Rubel sort of sprinkle some of this, over top of the corpse, and then one of her, minions immediately comes and pulls out this like wine skin and immediately refills her little flask, and then sort of scuttles back against the roadway.
Thank you, Linus.
Yeah, Ishka will. I'm assuming that Ishka will need help up along with Scrap Heap. So yeah.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
most of us can probably pull Ishka up. It's gonna take a few to pull up Scrap Heap.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I can push.
We can
I can
tie
offer.
Tie a rope to the bridge and throw it down. It's easy for him to climb up.
Well, I can Misty myself. I can Misty step myself back up if I have to. So
Misty Step is 30 feet. How high is it from where I am all the way to the top?
50 feet.
50, yeah.
I don't even make it halfway up.
We got rope. You see rope being lowered by Montauk
Yeah.
and Old Silver.
And because Scrap Heap has been having such a bad fight, he ties the rope around his neck and he's like, okay, pull me up.
You don't
Scrap
need
Heap!
Scrap Heap.
Stop
That
being
doesn't
dramatic.
work on you.
Okay, I tied it around my waist. It's like, pull me up. And I'm holding myself in a very Superman-ish position.
So
Do
short
you
rest
help
then.
by like pulling yourself up the rocks or anything? You just let them strain
No.
and heave, and eventually you guys pull
This
Scrap Heap up.
I mean,
long
I'm
metallic
I'm also
screech.
climbing it up. So I weigh 300 pounds. I don't know how many of them are capable of pulling me up.
Montauk is
It
easily.
takes a couple of them, but yeah, eventually you are pulled up, Scrap Heap, and Theria will, sort of apologize for not being able to do much more. They are all suffering severe exhaustion, but she does produce some good berries in her hand and hands one out to everybody.
I don't have a mouth. How am I supposed to eat this?
This is
You
quite
have a
good.
mouth.
We need to
Can-
get a druid on
okay.
the ship. to
Warforged.
Start making these.
Can they eat? I mean, they can drink potions, right?
I believe they can eat. They just don't have to eat.
They have an input
Yeah.
slot,
Stuff it down your potion hole.
which means they have an exit hole.
You're not sure about that. Maybe they
I
consume it
I have an
magically.
exit hole.
Well, like, even if it's used as like incineration or something, there'd still be something left, right?
1 hit point each, right?
Mm-hmm.
For good
One
berries.
hit point each, yes.
Okay.
We
I got a
should
hit point.
probably take a rest. Ishka and Scrap Heap got fairly hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Other side of bridge.
Agreed. Does something happen when we get halfway across this bridge?
The bridge collapses. No. No, you guys are able to cross the bridge. You continue making your way down the switchbacks of these, hills and mountains. You are able to, continue on with your trek.
We don't.
Eventually,
Well, I thought we were. If we are taking a short rest, I'll pipe up that we can do it in 10 minutes.
Oh, catnap.
Yeah, I took catnap.
Excellent.
all right. And as you guys are taking, this brief rest, I will say you see in the clouds above you, just sort of circling this one sort of manticore, and you, especially you, Montauk, as sort of a hunter out in the wild, understand that these creatures probably would have retreated back and just kept hunting you guys all day if it hadn't just been the one lone one left.
Montauk
he's
just kinda
watching us?
Yeah, Montauk just kind of looks up and just gives him a big slow wave.
During the short rest, Old Silver's going to... Oh, wait, is anybody good at skinning? Before I completely butcher this?
We are going
what
to take
is
the whole hour then.
what is this? Is skinning dexterity?
Like, just like... Can we
Survival.
get some, like,
I
not
can give it
necessarily
a
the
shot.
whole
I can-
tide.
I have a +7.
Oh, well, I have a +4, but yeah,
Let's,
sounds like it's
let's maybe take the full hour and then just,
it's the Ishka
end
show
up with a
here.
nice pelt at the end.
Who wants to help me?
Or I guess
Guidance.
Montauk's actually
I can
skilled
give
at
a
it.
guidance.
Yes, guidance too. Guidance.
I rolled a 9, so I'm not helping. I'm like,
Well, help is the help action. Like, you just
Don't
gotta
cut
go-
there. Don't cut there. No, don't cut there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you managed to get, most of this pelt off fairly easily. There are a couple of massive scorch marks on it from your lightning bolts. So you now have a lightly scorched manticore hide.
So, question for Ishka. She only has like one half of the moose's like rack of antlers, or does she have like both halves?
Oh no, she got both halves. You exploded that boy.
Boom! Literally. Wonder what I turn them into.
So that should have been a D6. Never
it's
mind.
still 3.
Yeah, I
3
need to roll.
extra healing.
I need to roll hit dice.
Yeah, and I will say at the beginning of tonight's episode, I didn't know if that moose was going to be friendly or not. It just kind of went that way.
Was it supposed to be like Davy and Goliath?
That's just the voice that came out. Who knew? But you're right. It did sound like
I
Like
don't
Goliath.
know.
I don't know,
baby.
baby. That seems what a moose would sound like.
I don't know, Rocky.
Now we'll hope what he's really like.
Ishka's interested to figure out like what exactly happened to turn this moose like evil, for lack of a better word.
More like David
I
Berkowitz
think it was
in the
spelled out pretty
Goliath.
explicitly.
Well, yeah, but I mean like more about the druid that did it, because the
He said he'd
moose
been doing
the
it for years, though, right?
yeah, but the reason why is like his master trying to feed him to the manticore was the last of many mistakes that his master did. So like, what else was it?
Well, if it's been years, we're not going to find out. Even if we
Well-
found wherever this druid was living, there's probably nothing left.
How long do moose live? So it's probably only been like maybe a decade or something, right?
Like
At most.
30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the backstory I had in my head as I was weaving that story is that these manticores were hunting them, and as the druid was getting more and more injured, it was sort of a last-ditch effort. He offered up the moose, and the moose did not take kindly to that.
10 to 25 years.
Understandable. And Ishka doesn't want to like. Ishka isn't all about like, hey, let's go find the druid's hut, guys. She's just like randomly curious, is like, what's the deal with the druid that he would have done that to his animal companion, and what else did he do? Because the moose specifically said his last of many mistakes. Just random curiosity.
I thought that Ishka was about to get a friendly moose animal companion there for a second.
I thought so too, but
Thought about it. It was one of many things. I really had like 6 or 7 different ways this could have gone and wasn't quite sure. I just figured it would let it run in the moment, and that's what happened.
Now, feel free to say no, but I think I saw the druid's hut back by the mine.
Damn it, Pavo!
no, Pavo.
We'll get to it later. Oh my goodness. We're on the main quest arc right now.
Yeah, and you guys make your way back to Jarl Frostgale in Fiskerbach. He is, come on, map. He is absolutely thrilled at what you have done and throws a feast for you in his honor. You know, listening to your great tales of sort of bravery, and you know, which of you has the Baron's head?
Montauk just slams it down right on the table.
Use a coaster.
Montauk picks it up, puts a coaster under it, and then slams it down right under the table.
I don't know
And-
if people use coasters.
Oh, they use coasters. They're not animals. But as you do so, the Jarl, you know, slams his hand down next to it in approval. You know, sort of raises his sort of flagon, and you know, a round of cheers, you know, comes round the sort of table. And you know, as you sit back down, Montauk, you know, the bard next to you, you know, you can see is starting to, you know, sort of take some notes and tell stories. And as the evening sort of progresses, you know, the story of the people you rescued comes out, and, you know, whistles in the dark, you know, lets you know that to me. And he sidles up to you as well, Pavo, recognizing a fellow Chelton, and, you know, lets you know that he's come out, you know, in search of, you know, the strange affliction that is ravaging around his homeland, where, you know, hordes of undead have been sort of spotted, and he lost some of his friends in this fight, so he's, you know, taken to the seas to explore this land and, you know, write songs of happier times. So he, you know, immediately starts, you know, writing a song in the tale of what happened today, and, you know, asking, you know, sort of Montauk about his adventures, you know, and trying to come up with words that rhyme with desk.
And we'll compare notes, and why don't we try and write a song together?
And he perks up immediately and just says, that would be exceptional. I would love to share my gifts with another Chilton songster.
I think that's performance check to write a song, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm hoping with advantage, but I don't need with advantage.
Well, if the two of you are working together, I will give you advantage with that.
Yeah, I'm assuming we are.
You
Yeah,
gotta
so
think.
you two sit down and, after working together for about, half hour, 45 minutes, you start sort of getting in a groove with each other. And yeah, by the end of the evening, you have a rousing drinking song that, sort of tells the daring do of your exploits on the undersea boat and the rescue of everybody from the Golden Crown.
Sweet.
And, Ishka at some point, Theralia, this, sun elf druid, comes over to you and just says, your powers are magnificent, my dear. I just wanted to thank you all for rescuing me. I myself was kidnapped while surveying Gundwin for my keelboat. I've been out here mapping the coastlines of these islands, and my enclave sort of masters have been concerned about the wildlife around this area being warped by something alien, and presumably those poor creatures that captured me seem to be affected by that as well. So do you have any idea of what could be causing these kinds of things?
We have our well. You're welcome. We were only more than happy to help you. We believe we have. Okay, hang on. Sorry. Let me quick. I think I was away for that session, but we confirmed it was Illithids, right? The party did.
I believe we did, or at least I believe that Doris
This
knew.
Doris knows. Yeah, I don't know if
Okay.
we all know yet, do we?
I
Not
think
specifically. He said alien and he described certain beings, but yeah, I don't know if you know specifically what
Okay.
he was worried about.
I didn't think I did, but I remember I was away for that session when you guys were all on that ship. So just wanted to check. But we suspect, because I know Miss Doris has some kind of idea. So we have an idea of what it is. I myself wouldn't know exactly. And she'll point to Miss Doris. He seems to have a better idea, but we have our suspicions and our thoughts and our ideas, and we are working towards them. But what changes have you seen in the animals around here?
She said they've seemed to be more feral, a little more violent, and the beasts, especially around the purple rocks, seem to just be upset. The schools of fish seem to have been driven away from some of their normal grounds, and just oddities. We're not quite sure what is going on, but clearly something otherworldly took over those poor Sahuagin. They don't usually act like that.
No, agreed. And you said you were mapping the coastlines of the islands. Would you be willing to share that information with us? It might be become useful in our search.
She happily agrees to and shows you some of the, in and around the Moonshae Isles and a few other places. She's, just got some updated maps, and they're very good quality.
Perfect.
So yeah, you guys have a better understanding of the area now. I mean, Old Silver knows quite a lot of this, but yeah, you have an updated set of maps in and around the Moonshae Isles, and showing a couple of the various islands that, you see Nithdoris's face light up as she has, explored some of the areas that he is being pointed towards.
Where about
And
is that purple shoals? Is that one of the areas?
oh, the purple rocks.
Purple rocks. There we go.
She shows you. It's a small sort of set of islands up in the northern sea, and she says they're odd people that live there. Very religious in their own way. Not worshippers of Umberlee, but worshippers nonetheless of the undersea creatures. I was made to feel welcome-ish, I suppose, but I don't. There's something very disturbing about those people.
Is this? Did they call you Outlanders or Outsides?
They certainly did. And I mean, Old Silver, you would
Okay.
certainly know that. I mean, there's legends of just weird religious folk that live on the Purple Rocks. And, there's tales of them offering up sacrifices to the sea, but it's not necessarily to Umberlee, but like some of the old elder gods.
That might be our next best place to go, folks.
Do you want to walk into do you really want to walk into a Dagon cultist pit? These things never end
Not-
well.
Not particularly, but it is an option for us. She'll thank the other druid for her aid, and if there, I don't think there's any more information we can get from her. So Ishka will just kind of like swap druid stories with her, because she complimented my powers, and so I'd be like talking strength of circles and spells and herb lore and all that stuff with her.
Yeah, and Westra Rhymewave is, of course, the mother of Byrne, whom you guys rescued earlier. So, she tells the tale of them being captured off the coast whilst fishing and, sadly mourning that her husband was, dragged away from where they were being held captive, and she doesn't know where he was taken. But she is, of course, excited to hear that her son is alive and can't wait to actually travel with you guys back to bring him back home here. And then finally, the goblin, after a couple of glasses of ale, just sort of puts his cup down and just says, "Oh, that's a much better story than any of mine. I was, being we were visiting Gundolin with our ship, and we were out in the Crow's Nest Tavern. And after a couple of drinks, there was some silly betting going on, and I attempted to row it to a rock offshore to win 3 gold in a stupid bet. And I capsized, and I woke up, in the hold of that damn boat. I don't even know how I got there."
Yeah, that's real creepy.
The beast probably found you floating and drowning and saved you for their sacrifice or food.
Yeah, probably, and I bet my ship's even left by now. You guys know anybody who needs a decent bosun?
Ishko's kind of looked at the group. We might.
We don't have a ship.
Well, not now.
Wait,
Captain
wait,
Mag
here.
might.
I'm gonna hand him a tambourine. Bang on that. Let's hear your rhythm.
We're still
All right.
acquainted with Captain Mags, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Ishka didn't mean like us as an us, but like the group when we take whatever boat we need to take to our next destination, we might have use of a boat swing on that boat kind of thing. That's kind of what she meant.
With his straight 10 charisma, he rolled a natural 19. This goblin has
Wow.
rhythm.
All right. Well, Luke, you can come with me. You can be my accompaniment. And when we get back to the city, maybe you could find work on a boat or come with us.
He nods and just says, "Well, do you know any good sea shanties? I've got a few, but they're pretty filthy, to be honest."
I know a rude song about a hedgehog.
No,
What would you do with a drunken cleric?
it's not a drunken cleric. It's a drunken sailor. Get it right.
Oh, and one last thing that we have to do when we're coming back into town is Pavo's gotta find to give this town, and you guys can decide if it's a gift or a curse. The children of this town, the Ishka shark song.
Ishka will be
And-
pleased by this.
And the Jarl, at this point, brings out a wooden chest that he spills out across the table and just says, "I did promise you 500 gold for your excellent work. And I must admit that perhaps the Lord's Alliance does have some good agents among their ranks. I hate to admit it, but King Olgrave was right. And you may tell him that. They are the 3 sweetest words any person can ever hear. You were right. Is there anything else I should know about your expedition to the Golden Crown?
Montauk pulls out the pirate map and slams it on the table and says, "Pirates."
And
And-
I'm gonna. Well, wait, before we go in, are we gonna tell him about Blinky or what?
No, we're going to tell the Lord's Alliance about Blinky.
Okay, good. Then yes.
He's
pirate
a
map.
pirate king, and he wants to be a pirate lord. Like, we're keeping as much information, not as much, but a lot of information from him if we can.
You also recognize he's a minor power on a tiny island, so his aspirations are far grander than anything he could actually accomplish. And I mean, you can see as you put this map down in front, he looks at it a little quizzically and give me an insight check.
Who?
You put the map down in front of the Jarl.
I did not.
I clicked it. There it is.
Oh,
I thought I put the map down.
You
for
did.
the
I
arrow.
didn't.
oh, sorry. I thought it was Brendan. Yeah, you put. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so Montauk slaps that down in front of him, and you can see he, looks at the map, and you can see his mouth moving a little bit, and it's very clear he can't read, and he doesn't quite recognize the locations that are put in front of you, and he, sort of looks up at you and just says, "What coast is this? Where are these pirates going?"
Sword Coast.
As near as we can tell.
All
Well,
major
that
cities.
doesn't concern me. Good for them.
Montauk will just sort of take the map back and just sort of nod at that. He's not going to challenge the Jarl on his sort of attitudes towards the people of the Sword Coast, because frankly, Montauk likes the Sword Coast, but he isn't really a big fan of civilization, like as an entity. So
But-
he'll put up with it.
Yeah.
I kind of want to try and convince him a little bit.
Well, he will also say, "So many of our fleets are already protecting your lands. I feel bad for any pirates that want to try and swim there. Our longboats will take care of them for sure. You can see that they know better than trying to attack our island, even though it may be smaller in size than any of your great cities."
And Montauk will raise his mean to that.
Yeah, and the rest of the room just sort of and sort of cheers and drinks to it.
What else should we bring to this guy's attention? I guess we tell him about the. Well, no, we did tell him about the wreck of the Golden Corral. So,
Oh,
he knows
the
that whole
undead,
thing.
the undead wizard.
I think that undead wizard is probably just best left be right where he is.
Oh, do you know who this is?
And we'll pull out the painting.
He looks at it and squints and says, "No, that is no one I am familiar with. If it came off that wreck, though, that wreck happened long before I was born."
Are there any tales of any famous pirates or captains, rather?
He will call over and,
Female ship captain.
yeah, eventually, an elder person from the city comes in and they are asked about sort of the mines and the ships. And he will say that, Elder Bareth here might well be old enough to understand or recognize anything. And, she looks at it and, you see her eyes light up and she says, I recognize that. And she was a Kalashite ship's captain. She could drink with the best of them. I believe her name was oh no. And she just cannot pull up the name. And she just sort of apologizes and says she remembers her, and she was a sharp female captain, which was, incredibly rare at the time. But she didn't really interact any more than helping to see the boat being loaded.
How many years ago was this?
This ship sank decades ago.
So well within my lifetime.
Well within your lifetime, but it
Would I
wasn't a
have
famous
any-
galleon.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, and I mean this was just a galleon that was bringing mining ore,
I figured
back and forth. So
anybody famous enough to have a painting that was protect with abjuration magic was probably important, but
sadly, no, they do not name her in the adventure.
Oh, okay.
No. So yeah, well respected, but not famous. And died going mad apparently, and having her ship sink off the coast.
One last thing. There was a group of manticores ambushing travelers on the road. We dealt with most of them, but one ran away. And I'll tell him roundabout where.
He will nod and say, they have long been a plague in our sides. It is good that you took care of them so quickly. They have hunted some of our travelers for days as they go through the mountains in between here and Gunderland.
The moose that was aiding them is dead as well.
And he looks at you and just says, I have heard tales of the moose, but none of us could ever understand whatever it was trying to say to us. We learned just to throw it some food and, hurry on if we saw it. It is a bad omen. Is that where those antlers came from?
Indeed.
Was bad omen.
And he will laugh and just say, Ishka, the slayer of the ghost moose, will become one of the legends of Fiskerbach. That is a fine, fine deed you have done for us this day.
I could do no less. His heart had been turned from the natural ways of his people. He could not live.
Yeah, and Tharalia will turn and disagree. And he was very rude. I have never heard a moose swear like that.
Very creative, very interesting. I'll have to borrow that next time.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to do over this night?
Feast.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, you guys feast and drink, and Frostgale and everybody else sort of regale you with tales and are excited to hear your stories. Morning comes, late morning comes, and you guys start staggering to your feet and, preparing to continue the couple of days trek back to Gunderland. And you make your way across. You find as you continue your hike that the dwarves and the hill giants are nearly done repairing the bridge where you met them before, and the three giants sort of welcome you, and this time make sure that they stop you before you get too close. And Ortho lifts you guys across the small span of the bridge that isn't quite finished. And, Vendra sort of wishes you a pleasant day and asks if you'll drop off a little bit of mail for her to have it shipped out. so that her bosses know that they are nearly done as you guys head back to Gundbarg.
Mhm.
And you guys have a very quiet walk back over the next couple of days. The weather is, cool and windy, and, Westra sort of keeps you guys moving at a good pace as she is desperate to get back to Bern in Gundbarg. And eventually you guys do make your way back to the city itself. And, you see that in the harbor there are a number of ships that have, come in. There's, probably a good half dozen that are currently in the docks in the harbor. You guys make your way down through past, the Dragon Turtle Inn, in past the storehouse again, and you are able to meet up with Bern and his aunt, and there is a lovely reunion between sort of mother and son, and he is just excited and thrilled and just sort of keeps dragging her sort of into the back and saying, "They have a great workshop here, Mom. You've got to see these things I built. They're so much fun. I built clockwork things and other toys, and it's amazing." And just rattling off at about 100 miles a minute, just sort of about everything he's been up to and what has been going on. And as this happens, you are met by a couple of the red-robed ministers that you recognize as being aides to the king in Stonerise Keep, and they of course immediately request that you come see him and give your full report as to what went on in Fiskerbach, as they were expecting you at least a couple of days ago, and the king is mildly worried.
Montauk moves to start going with the red-robed attendant.
Yeah, let's go with them.
Agreed.
All right. And we don't need to do another whole recap because it's basically going to be a similar thing to what you went through with Lord Frostgale. So again, you are thanked for your help, but as his great show of thanks, is there anything you tell him that you didn't tell the Jarl?
The Jarl wanted us to pass a message on to you. He said you were right.
No, he said it more like this, and I'll use the actor feat to copy him exactly.
And you see a grin come across the king's face, and I mean it's amazing because it makes him look about 10 years younger, and there's almost this sort of light that comes off him, and he just starts sort of chuckling and giggling as this is happening, and he's like, "Well, I never thought I would hear that come from that cold man. You must have done a phenomenal job, and I must thank you appropriately." And looking across, and one of his aides comes and sort of whispers in his ear, and he just says, "Oh, indeed," and says, "We rescued a small ship in the last couple of days that there are some issues with. It is currently in Gimlet's repairs being looked after, but as thanks for your work, I would be honored, as it is now property of the king here, to offer it to you as a gift of thanks."
Woo!
Oh, thank you, Your Majesty.
Thank you, and thank the Lord's Alliance. Our work has been beneficial and fruitful to both ends. By helping out Jarl Frostgale, you have removed a very painful thorn from my side, so it is but the least I can do for you. That, and we shall throw a small party for your honor, as I also am to be made aware that a mother and child were reunited. And that is a wonderful, wonderful thing.
It's the least we could do.
And, he will say, as the sun sets in about 4 bells, and, he sort of talks amongst his aides and just say, so be it proclaimed that King Oldgrave shall throw a feast for the people out in the streets tonight. And please allow that you will be our guests of honor, yes?
Montauk just nods.
Yeah, of course. Your
Happily.
Honor.
Our pleasure.
Of course.
All right, is there, and when you show him the pirate map, he is far more sort of concerned, and he looks up at the rest of you and just says, I assume you will be taking this back to the proper authorities there and letting them know?
Aye.
Is there anything else we can do for you here? Do you need an escort as you and Mags head back to the mainland?
We would be very grateful for that.
Montauk will just kind of give Old Silver a look and then just kind of nod his head towards Pavo with a sort of a quizzical look on his face.
What's that?
He'll just sort of mouth the word shield at him.
We'll tell him.
We are
We
going
would
to
have we would have discussed this. Like, yeah, is everybody okay with telling him? Does anybody want to
Yeah.
not tell this guy?
Yes,
I don't
Tell him.
trust I don't
Send it.
trust Mr. Pirate guy.
send advisors out.
And,
Yeah, you tell him about this and you show him the shield, and he will call in, his metallurgical sort of experts and armorers, and they will, sort of inspect it, and, he will look up and he will just say, it seems to be a fine metal, but it is not anything that our craftspeople would have done here on the island. And it does seem to radiate some enchantment, but we have not heard it whisper to us.
it speaks and sings.
We're going to take it to the Lord's Alliance.
In what city are we going to?
Probably Neverwinter, assuming that we ever get out of the Moonshay Isles, because we got a lot of shit to visit out here.
Well, we have to. When do we have to be back in? Is it Waterdeep?
Oh
Is
yeah,
that
no,
where-
we Neverwinter.
Tomorrow.
No,
Yeah,
Scrap Heap has about 5 days before the festival there, and it only takes 3.5 to 4 days for you guys to sail home, so you still have time for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we still have to fix the ship up though. So
Yeah, so we'll sail. I mean, we'll sail as soon as we can and get to Neverwinter. Then I think is that good with everybody?
yeah, we'll have to hit the rest of the Moonshay Isles later.
Yeah, hopefully the people there can magically let people in Waterdeep and Baldur's Gate know. I assume they can.
Oh, absolutely. All right. With that, you guys have, sort of an afternoon to go clean up and get yourselves ready. And, with that, the evening celebration here in Gundbarg starts up. And, it is not a fancy town by any stretch. But, as you pull in, as the night falls here, the wind picks up. It is cool, but not cold. And they have tables set up out into the streets. It is a bit of a block party. And, you see children sort of running around. They pull a wagon out and set it up so it becomes kind of a small stage, and Whistle in the Dark starts playing some music, and Pavo, you are welcomed on stage. There's another cart that is pulled out that you see that your good friend Score spends most of the evening next to, as that is where the ale is being poured out of. So, and you see Westra and you see Byrne, and she brings Byrne up, and he sort of solemnly thanks you each sort of one at a time, and just says, thank you again for everything you've done. And thank you for saving my mother. And you notice as you're looking around that at some point Luth has wandered off, and he would have sort of told you, Montauk or Silver, that he was he's going to head over to the Crow's Nest and see if his ship is still around, or if he has any way of contacting them before he really starts having to look for work if he doesn't have to.
We have ship.
He nods and says, "Oh, I'll be back if I can't get on with my own crew." But I don't think they would have stuck around. So he sort of scuttles away and heads off to the pirate bar. As the night sort of progresses, everybody is having sort of fun and a good time. The children are excited to be sort of up late, and you see them sort of running around and pretending to be adventurers with sort of crossbows and swords, and sort of playing and getting into sort of as much trouble as they can. And as the night sort of progresses, you guys are thanked by sort of everyone in the populace. Their tales are told, jokes are sort of sent around, and everything seems pleasant and fun until
the goat.
You hear from off behind one of the houses the sounds of one of these children sort of shrieking and screaming. And coming around the corner is one of these young girls, and she is just out of her sort of mind and yelling and screeching about something, and you can't quite make out what she is, but she sort of runs up and just sort of screams into her mother's dress.
Montauk is going to... what direction did she come from?
She came from just over around there.
Okay. So not in the direction of these goats then. Sorry, it's the
Nope.
it's the red icons. They're like, enemies. Yeah, Montauk is going to...
No,
they're evil goats. I knew it. All right. Montauk is going to start stalking off in that direction, and he's going to just put his fingers into his mouth and whistle as loud as he can to get everyone's attention as he starts walking off in this direction.
All right. Yep. You start moving in around this house.
Ladder up to the top of the house.
All right. And Montauk, as you turn the corner, you see a young boy's body slumped onto the ground, just sort of about there, with a little bit of, food, and you see like a toy crossbow sort of splayed out on the ground as well. Ishka transforms into a bear, and so a few people, immediately kind of, sort of panic and then calm down as they watch this happen. And in your bear form, you start moving around Ishka.
God, is the child dead? Can I go examine?
You go up and take a look at the body. It is completely limp and just sort of, flops in your arms. It is definitely dead.
Like dead? Can I bring it? Can I use Revivify to bring him back?
As you give me a medicine check on the body.
Guidance myself.
While she's doing that, Ishka wants to have a sniff around.
All right. You have a sniff around. And so, Rubel, as you are examining the child's body, which is over there, you notice that there's not a lot of blood on the ground. You do notice, however, there is a small hole in the back of this young child's head.
What?
Oh no.
Oh no! Is his brains done sucked out?
His head sounds very hollow, yes.
This child's brain's been sucked out!
Montauk
And
immediately draws
Ishka,
the sword.
yeah, Ishka, you pick up a scent which, smells like burn up to a point, and then as you continue sort of sniffing around, you get this other fishy sort of smell that you've never smelled before in your life, that seems to be in this area and then scuttles off a ways as well.
Ishka will just kind of like make like bear noises, like "Grr," start grunting to get everyone's attention, and follows that.
What's the matter, Lassie? Timmy lost his brain?
Montauk yells at Westra, "Get everyone inside now!"
Yeah,
Got brains!
as that happens, you start to hear people scream as you see scurrying out from around the corner where you are sort of looking, Ishka, a small, only, about 3.5, 4 feet tall, about the height of what Bern was, small squid sort of face, tentacled creature just dash quickly sort of across in front of the houses here and then back through that area.
I chase it.
I follow.
All right. At this point, I need everyone to roll me some initiative, please, as the people seeing this start screaming and moving around, and it becomes a bit of mayhem all around you.
Pavo, 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 faster than lightning.
Is that a baby mind flare?
Pretty much.
Oh, that's a Bernie mind flare, isn't it?
Don't
Yeah, I noticed the token vanished because he
Where
had a
did my
token on the map.
go?
And then as soon as Patrick said it smells like burn to a point,
It smells like burn, and then it doesn't. So like, oh god, fucking damn it!
So we brought mom back just to see her kid turn into a tentacle squid monster?
Basically, yes.
Yes.
We're terrible people. But we knew this already. We're adventurers.
We are not terrible people. Or at least I'm not. I'm not sure about the rest of you.
I think that's what makes your character the most terrible of us.
Come on, Roll20. You can do it.
Get your back into it.
We believe in you.
Oh, finally went.
Yep. All right. So first up is Rubel. So you can start to hear screams come from the center of town as people are milling and moving about.
Oh god. Oh, Umberly. Time to kill a bunch of things and sacrifice them for you. Alright, do I see any baddies near around me?
You do not.
Alright, I will hold my action and I will be like, Montauk, get ready, they're coming.
All right. What action do you hold?
I will hold Casting Sacred Flame on the first baddie.
Okay. That takes us to Pavo.
All right. So first thing, remember that that horn from before, the conch horn. I'm gonna pull that out and kind of give a warning to the town, like "Brr, brr, brr, brr," and I will fly up. Ishka was following it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm gonna fly up. Which direction is that? Like over here?
You can see she is pointing, down towards here, somewhere in between these houses,
So
in
then
behind the cart.
I'm gonna I can 5, 10, 15. More than enough, and I'm gonna go straight up another 20 feet kind of thing and look for anything untoward.
All right. And as this is happening, as this sort of panic sets in, you can see that one of these sort of elderly villagers has been accidentally sort of pushed into one of these sort of tables, and one of the sort of lit braziers on it has sort of caught them on fire, and they're starting to run around in a panic.
Oh, where's that?
That is going to be this lady right here. So she is going to be on fire.
All right. Well, I don't think I could get to her anyway, so I'm done if I don't see. Oh, can I do a perception check to see if I can see that guy or?
Yes, give me a perception check.
You've got a fly speed of 40 feet, right?
Yeah, but I just used most of that to get where I am.
Oh, well, boo.
Perception. Yeah.
You do not spot anything.
All right, done.
Takes us to Montauk.
So Montauk heard a bunch of commotion from the center of town, but he didn't see anything necessarily. He just knows that Rubel just told him that they are coming.
Yeah,
and they're screaming, and then there's a brainless child, and bad shit has just happened and is happening.
Yes.
Can I hear if there's any specific like areas that I need to be running towards?
Sure, give me a perception check.
15.
You definitely hear like the sounds from the center of town where people are kind of panicking, and you hear a few people sort of screeching out, "Oh, what's that? What's that?"
And that's towards the center of town?
Yes.
Okay. So in that case, I will run back towards, I guess, the center of town this way. Is that where I would have run? Yeah. And I will ready hand on a javelin to attack the first obviously horrible monstrosity that I see.
All right.
Old Silver, there is a woman on fire.
Yes, but I'm waiting for Patrick to do whatever the thing is doing.
Oh, good. Good.
Giving Patrick a chance, because we know where it is in the initiative order. Like, just let me know when I'm good.
It's around.
Yes.
Where is it?
Scrap Heap, can you give me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Ah, crap.
Scrap Heap doesn't have a brain.
Ah, crap heap.
Hey, he doesn't have a brain. How's he gonna get it sucked?
Exactly. Let's see how it goes. This is Dungeons and Dragons. There we go.
If
They
I
can
only
still
had
deal,
brains.
however many D10 piercing damage.
Yeah. Scrap Heap, you
Done.
hear a voice in your head, and it sounds very, very sensible. And we'll see what you do on your turn.
Oh, Jesus.
Takes us to, wait a minute, Montauk.
That should be Old Silver.
Yeah, it should be my turn.
Yeah, it's Old Silver.
Old Silver's gonna move here.
All right, yeah.
And-
So there's this elderly woman who is on fire next to you.
I'm gonna try and push her into the well. But
Uh,
like, hold on to
All
her hand.
right, all right.
What do you want me to do? She's on fire.
pat her out.
Would it be reasonable to pat her out?
You could pat her out or put her on the ground and roll her down, as opposed to trying to shove her down the well.
It doesn't work.
But that is up to you, Old
It's
Silver.
flames.
You did say you were going to try and shove her down the well.
Fine, I will do the normal person thing and try and pat her out. Is that a dex?
Remember, stop, drop, and
No,
roll.
you can use
Stop,
your action.
Drop, and roll.
Yeah, you can use your action, and yeah, if your action will be to put her out, you are able to do so.
I do so.
What do you mean?
And
humans
she throws
don't
her
like-
arms around you and just says, "Oh, my hero, thank you," and plants a very dry kiss on you.
Yes, yes. Now go away and hide where you won't get hurt.
Now you shove her down the well.
What do you mean
Is,
humans don't like getting shoved down wells?
Is good old Store giving us a hand?
He certainly will.
Awesome. Right, that'll be my turn.
Okay. And with that, actually, yeah, let me get him into initiative.
Uh-oh.
Store, I hope.
Yes. Store comes up behind you, Old Silver,
Oh god.
draws his great axe, and
Pushes
plants
you
it
down
in
the
your
well.
back with a 21 for 10 slashing damage.
Oh.
God damn it, Store.
Store, you were my friend. I liked you.
And as you turn and look, and you see his eyes are just sort of glazed and blacked over.
All right, so temporary mind control. He's not evil. Hopefully.
Right, so try not to kill Store. At least not yet.
Yes. And let's see. I need Ishka and Montauk. You guys, actually, no, it'll be Rubel. You see scurrying out of the bushes around you a swarm of these sort of rats where you can see the brain, much like you saw in the spaceship, and they swarm around and start trying to bite at you. So your held sacred flame goes off.
Yep. All right, let's get going. $16 max damage. Umberly is
Wow.
my guide.
You were just waiting for this. They rolled a 12 and take full 16 damage from that.
Help! It's here.
They continue to swarm around, biting at you. That is a 22 to hit for 14 piercing damage.
Not my hair.
That's bats, not rats.
Now, I had a ready to action as well. Does that go off when they're within 30 feet of me? Because it's a javelin, or does that go off regardless?
I'll say it goes off regardless. Yeah, once you hear Rubel scream, you'll be able to throw your javelin.
Okay. Natural one.
That-
That is 35 feet away.
Oh, yes, with disadvantage. Yeah, you throw and you stab the dead body next to Rubel's feet. And this woman next to you goes, oh, and just faints down to the ground.
Ugh.
Ishka, brown bear.
All right. The squiggly thing went this way, right? Where Pavo is?
Somewhere around there, yes.
Okay, Ish is going to charge over there. 5, 10, 15, 20,
Takes out the
25,
entire audience.
30. Well, I'm
That's a
going to
mosh
duck
pit.
around everybody, right?
No, they're in the
But
mosh
actually-
pit. They had it
Scrap
coming.
heap, you will get an attack of opportunity as Ishka goes past you, as
What?
the words in your head were, kill the bear.
Oh no! And oh my god! For some reason, my character sheet has an inspiration. Can I use that against Ishka?
No!
You can, you don't have to at this point, but it is up to you.
Can you not?
That's it. Ishka will snarl as she runs past you. So do I see the thing now that I'm here beside Pavo?
You do. You see a crouch sort of in the bushes here, this small, sort of squid-faced little creature. And
All right.
as you come charging towards it, you see it raising what looks like some sort of bent metal tiny crossbow in its hand.
There's Lauren.
All right.
Hey,
Boom.
Lauren, everything has
Boom.
gone to shit.
There's aliens eating our
Shit.
brains.
Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit. You crunch down on this creature. It tastes terrible.
Make
I
it
can't like grapple it or anything since I'm biting down on it, right?
That is correct.
Ugh. That's all I can do. I just chomp at it. And I just roar in triumph that I found it.
All right.
Should I roll?
Roll up.
Sure, roll up. But next up is Scrap Heap, and your command is still kill the bear.
And then it's me.
Yep.
And as a player, I have no idea why I'm enjoying this way too much. Okay, I land my first attack.
Kill the bear.
Kill the bear.
Please tell me that misses.
Yeah, I don't think a 10 hits.
Okay, that's good. Oh, that
Oh, what?
definitely misses.
What on? Oh no, yeah, 10 misses. I have an AC of 11.
And a natural
Oh.
1. Scrap Heap, you suck, you hear in your brain.
Kill the bear. Stop sucking so bad.
I'll take
Kill
the
this
sucking.
bear. It's hurting me. Nithdoris, so you come to your senses as you see panic happening around you. A dead child with its brain sucked out was found over here by Rubel. She is currently surrounded by a swarm of rats, much like the ones you guys saw on the downed spaceship. Old Silver came over and helped a woman who was on fire, and your former ally then put an axe in his back, seemingly not under his own mind. Ishka has chased something down over here and chomped down on it, and then you have just seen Scrap Heap come and take a couple of swings at her in her bear form, to no avail. As this continues on, the events that are going on around here have spooked these goats, and they have started coming out into the center of town in this party and are sure to trample someone if they are not restrained. What would you like to do?
Okay, so just confirming who has gone hostile and who has not.
Scrap Heap has gone hostile.
Is Whistle in the Dark has done anything hostile?
Not yet.
Okay, and what
Nope,
about
he's not
their-
done
yeah,
anything hostile. He's just been performing. So it is. Nope,
just store.
just
Okay.
just the guy with the. Yep, just store and scrap heap.
I took the wrong spell. Okay. Okay. No, I can do this. So Miss Rimwave has not done anything bad to us yet, I don't believe. That's
Nope.
fine.
It's just her young son that has turned into a little squid ceramorph creature.
Aw. Does it have the gun?
Yep. They haven't. They don't. They haven't seen that. Ishka's just seen it, but it hasn't gone off yet.
Cool. All right. All right. What was I going to say? Oh, I forget if I recast my familiar or not.
It's been a couple days, I believe.
Yeah,
So
I
you
know.
would have had more than enough time to do it.
Okay, so I will have the yeah. All right. So I will pop down Minerva. Minerva will fly over and help the bear on the little thing and fly probably to about there. And then I am going to cast a spell. Once I find it in the list here we go. Is it only 20?
Yeah, I
It
think
is only
Webb's
20.
20 feet. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Hit 2 of them and store.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll get 2 of them in store. Montauk is close enough to grab the third. So, yeah, I cast the spell, and then on their terms, they make saving throws.
Nice.
And help action against the squidling, and I'm done.
All right. Takes us to Rubel.
All right, this mofo is still in front of me, and I don't want my hair to get. I don't want my brains to get sucked out or my hair to get ruined. So I am going to channel one of my divinities.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, 1 second.
I don't think you have 2 channel divinities at this level.
Oh, but I can cast Thunderwave and then channel, and then
Yes, you
use a
can.
channel to divinity to max damage it.
Yep.
Is that what I'll think I'll do? It's max
Yeah,
damage.
don't worry about that 4 damage.
Yeah, it's 2d8, so 16 damage.
All right. That is a 13. It takes that damage. So it gets blasted. The swarm gets swept away from your feet as your thunder wave literally lifts and crashes it away like a wave.
Oh,
And-
get off of me, you foul creature! And then I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20. Montauk! Right there!
Montauk
What's
is
with the
busy with
goats?
goat.
All right.
What?
That takes us to Pavo.
All right. I think I know what I want to do, but let me double check. Here we go. Let's do. Yeah, I think we're just gonna, because it's 3d8. Yeah, let's go with that. So Pavel's gonna aim down, avoiding Ishka, and cast Shatter.
Con save.
I wasn't gonna try psychic damage on a Nithlid.
Heat metal.
Did I take heat metal? I don't think I did.
You didn't?
Yeah, that's like Bard 101.
That's like Ian 101.
That is an 18 on their Constitution save.
I went with the
Ooh.
theme with this character, and boo.
Does he take half damage?
For Shatter?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, Shatter is not a cantrip.
It's not a hard and fast rule though, because somebody loves taking a cantrip or a first level spell that doesn't do damage on a successful save. Catapult, Ian.
I do
Hey,
love
Catapult is cool. And Ice Knife also does no damage on a save.
Any
And,
movement?
no, I'm gonna. I can't ready to action movement, can I? I'm basically
Nope.
just gonna keep over this little. I'm gonna keep Shorty in check.
All right. Takes us to Montauk.
Does this goat look like it's without its two companions floating around? Does it look like it's still in stampede mode?
It's still in stampede mode, but without his companions is much less dangerous.
Okay, that's
It looks like Lauren has taken care of it with the web, which
Okay.
is very slick.
that is more along the lines of what I was hoping to hear. In which case, I have a choice between Store, the Cranium Rats, and Ishka Bear's new fun play toy there. That is 30 feet. That is 20 feet to no. Yeah, 20 feet to there, and then 10 feet to there to avoid the web. Suggestions? Store the Cranium Rats.
The cranium rats are going to be hard for us to damage. It's that last time that they don't. Even if with magical, they don't care about physical damage that much.
Meanwhile, the guy with the axe in Silver's back might.
Yes. So Montauk is going to pop down to around the side of the well here and step forward to here. And being as gentle as a 8-foot tall man with a 5-foot long silver sword can be, attempt to gently put the screws to the store. So the first one, I doubt 10 hits.
He's a little too gentle.
A little too gentle. Okay. 14?
14 does hit.
Okay. So that's 9 slashing damage, 3 superiority damage. Please. Oh, please, Store. Make me a wisdom save.
His big 11 wisdom gets him. Ooh, a natural 8. That is no good.
Okay, so he is frightened of me until the end of my next turn. At which point I'm going to action surge and hit.
Okay, hang on.
Times. Oh,
Hang on 1 second. He gets a save as he took damage.
Oh.
And that is a 19. As you strike him with your greatsword, you see his head snap back. He's still in the web. He can't really go anywhere. But you see his eyes clear and his focus returns to you, and you just see him come back to himself.
Montauk just looks at him and says, "We'll talk," and then attempts to throw. Wait, no, that was the second attack. Yeah, forget the action surge. So I did move 30 feet to get there. Yeah, all right, I'm not going to action surge. Unfortunately, that leaves Rebel facing the Cranium Rats, so someone else should get over there if we can. Of course, we also have Scrap Heap to worry about. That is a problem.
He's a lot harder to hit.
I'm working my way down there, okay?
What? I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, all right, that's it.
Yeah, and this gnome that you've got in your mouth and is just sort of shaking back and forth, Ishka looks upwards towards you and at Pavo and just emits this psychic blast. I need each of you to give me an intelligence saving throw, please.
Including Scrap Heap.
Nope. Wouldn't attack Scrap Heap. Scrap Heap's a buddy.
Eh.
You two both take 22 psychic damage and are stunned.
Oh my god.
My mother never loved me.
You use your int, and you get to add proficiency to it, Ishka.
Oh, in that case, it would be.
Yeah, keep your own mental stats, and you have proficiency in the saving throws. You have proficiency in.
Basically, you always take the higher of the two.
Oh yeah, you rolled a
values.
natural 16, Ishka.
So that would be 19 with my proficiency bonus.
All right.
Put that 22 points right back where it was.
Yes, you
Well,
are
that-
not stunned and you do not take the damage.
I was gonna say, well, it depends if I take half damage.
It doesn't
All
say
right.
you take half damage.
Sweet.
You take 0 damage.
Sweet.
It's so good that we have somebody with proficiency in int saves in this campaign.
Hooray.
Yeah. And it is then going to attempt to just scuttle off, seeing that you are not stunned. Ishka, you will get an attack of opportunity as well.
Woot. Oh, wrong character sheet. Swing. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, that hits for 12 slashing damage. You hear this weird sort of squeal of pain in your head. It doesn't say anything out loud, but yeah, you can hear it squealing.
Awesome.
That takes us to Store. He is
In the web.
stuck in the web. He does not get out.
He didn't make
Full
his
silver.
dexterity saving throw?
He rolled a 4.
Oh. I'm not dropping it because of the goats, which
Yeah.
is a weird thing to say.
Attack action. I can make it. Wait. How does the web work? How do I cut somebody out of the web? It's a 5 foot, right?
Technically, you can pull them out. They're just restrained.
I don't want to give up movement speed because I'm gonna move.
Shoot
All
their
right,
ass.
so a creature restrained by the webs can use an action to make a strength check. And then it burns if it's fire. There's no way to hack through it according to the spell list. But
That must be
I
just
would
regular web.
yeah.
Actual yeah. Sorry, Store.
I am stuck in the web. Please help me. It's terrifying with the goats.
It's bad.
I'm gonna move there and ready my action to attack any entities that I see that seem harmful to us. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use my action to attack instead. I'm going to fire a shot at Scrap Heap.
All right, roll your attack.
Does an 18 hit Scrap Heap?
Nope.
19 AC.
Second attack?
That
20
hits.
You shot him in the butt.
7?
Yeah, 7 piercing, and give me another wisdom saving throw, Scrap Heap.
Snap!
You're a paladin. This should be decent.
You think that with paladins, but wisdom is not a good
Oh no,
thing
yeah,
for them.
wisdom isn't when you
Wisdom
get
is a lot
down.
of them.
Yeah, my wisdom kind of sucks.
on.
No, it
Oh!
doesn't. I'm awesome.
Your system reboots as he hits you just in the right area, and you no longer want to kill the bear.
I got him right in that little reset button.
Factory
knew?
reset.
Oh
For
my god,
me.
you put a crack in my butt.
Fix it later.
It already had a hole in it. Oh, Steph's AFK. Did she get an attack of opportunity for them leaving?
No, she was already out of their spot.
Oh, okay.
All right. I need. Pavo, you're stunned, so you drop to the ground.
Does that wake
From
me up?
30 feet.
Yeah, it's 3d6, right?
Yep.
You
Jesus.
want to roll that, or do you want me to
I
roll
just
it?
did, and that is 17 damage.
Oh, that's
Wow.
a death save.
Yeah, that was pretty good. No, you get it at the end of your turn. You get to make a save. But now I need Pavo, Ishka, and Scrap Heap to please give me wisdom saving throws, please.
Can they see Pavo from the other side of the house?
I'm on the ground, yeah.
The spell is at a point of their choosing. It doesn't need to be someone you see.
And I'm also, that puts me at -1. So my.
Oh, so you're unconscious.
Yeah. Does that give me a death save? A
That gives
failure?
you if you take damage, it's a failure.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, no, you don't take any damage.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Scrap
is
Heap-
this a spell?
Yes.
1 sec. I think I can see this guy. Damn it!
Ooh, close. So yeah, Scrap Heap, you're fine. Ishka, your head clouds over. Roll me it is your turn. Well, actually, you're still stunned.
No,
She-
because
she-
I
She
Oh, that's right,
succeeded.
you made the save.
made the
Right.
save.
Roll
Yeah.
me a D10, please.
D10.
You do not move or take any actions this turn. You are just confused and not sure what is going on.
It could have been
Fantastic.
worse.
Scrap Heap, you have been rebooted. You are not being held under any other creature's power at this point. What would you like to do?
From where I am I able to guesstimate where the illithid is?
You would have seen that the brown bear was chomping on it and that it dashed away. So it's just very difficult terrain for you to get past the brown bear, which is now sort of staggering around, very confused and awkward. And you can see Pavo is on the ground, unconscious and bleeding beside it.
Okay, difficult terrain. That would be 50,
I hit my head on the eave trough on the way down.
so 15.
25 feet to get there, basically.
What damage had you taken prior to that, Pavo?
I got hit with. What did I get hit with? Let's go back up.
Was it Manticore quills?
Did I
The
not heal myself
blast.
after that?
A mind blast.
Yeah,
Oh, the mind blast.
yeah.
Right. Okay.
Hold
That
on.
is.
I'm just going to rewind my action because I have an idea.
If it's to do a Titanic propeller flip, I already did that.
Actually, it's something I just got after leveling up. Class ability. I will Misty Step. So.
Why does everyone have Misty Step?
And I can do it twice without using a spell slot.
God damn it.
So
on
3
truck.
people have it?
We'll just get there on foot, the old-fashioned way.
Okay, so do I see the illithid in front of me?
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. Since I used a spell,
Use the
that's a bonus. That's a bonus action. Okay, that's perfect. Okay,
Smack
so I'll
it,
just
and
do
you
that.
can smite if you hit.
Oh wait, I thought smite was a bonus action also.
No,
No.
smite is I hit something, I want to add more damage.
Yeah, you can cast a separate smite spell as a bonus action, but then when you hit, you can also do a regular smite.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, second question. Is the Illithid considered an undead?
Nope.
Ah, crap. Okay. Either way, this works out for me. First attack.
I believe they're aberrations.
21 hits, 6 slashing damage.
Oh, I'm just bringing this in. And here's the Divine Smite. Ooh, I can ups. Okay, why not level 2?
Right. Yeah.
12 points, not bad.
Yep, you slash down the first time, you come back across again, slicing off one of the sort of little tentacles on this creature's face. There's this blast of radiant energy, and this creature is sort of rocked, and you can see like its eyes are sort of wide and confused and scared, but still alive.
Oh, you want to say something to me now? And I end my turn.
And that is where we will end it for the night, as it is 10:22, and everyone's got to go, and we'll pick up with Nithdoris at the top of the round next week.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Who was suspicious
And
of